Merry Meet, and welcome to the general reading for all signs for today, the 29th of December, 2023. We are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating today on YouTube is the lovely Jennifer, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely Dre. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Thank you so much, Dre, and thank you to everybody for joining us today for this general reading for all signs. Today I am reading with the Gulliver Tarot. And let's purify with this Verbena by Coswell Mozzie, which is quite nice. 3 sprays in this big room is more than sufficient. You can find links to purchase those products right in the video description of this video on my YouTube channel. It does go out to a lot of people, so if for some reason it doesn't seem to apply to you personally, just disregard it because it may not be meant for you. In that case, check out the zodiacal readings for your own individual sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign, all of which are available for easy restream right on my website, arielscorner.com. arielscorner.com, just click on the free online tarot readings link right in the main menu. Excuse me. If you are watching on, if you're watching on a restream and you want to fast forward through the shuffling, you can always just use the timestamps right in the video description. If you're watching on YouTube, please make sure that you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you're watching on Twitch, please make sure you follow us on Twitch, and you can watch on Twitch without ads when you subscribe to us on Twitch. We have a shop, and that's at arielscornershop.com. arielscornershop.com. You can find all kinds of merchandise listed there, including tarot decks. It's an affiliate store, which means that we make a small commission off of each and every sale. We do appreciate your support. Another way to support this channel is with a donation, and you can donate by going to paypal.me/arielgatoga. paypal.me/arielgatoga. If you're watching on YouTube, you could use a super sticker or super chat if you feel like giving a donation on the platform. And if none of that suits you, there's other donating options that you can find in the footer of the website, arielscorner.com, arielscorner.com. Really appreciate you being here. I'm looking forward to reading for you today. So I think these are, well, let's do one more shuffle for fun. And give this deck a nice clean cut as we do. These are not comfortable to shuffle other than overhand. I prefer a riffle shuffle if I can, but the deck is an unusually wide shape, and the cardstock is very stiff. So that's just how it goes. We've got a 6 of coins. We've got a 4 of swords. Knight of cups. Those are all very lovely cards. We're having a solar light challenge that I just put on my blog, and this might be good for those of you who have been feeling like it's time to open up to a higher power, especially in regards to money and possessions and assets and things like that. To allow, because a lot of times we forget. We think, well, the divine design of my life, if I'm aligning with the divine design of my life, then I'm doing what I need to do, and my relationships are in order and all of that. And we forget it applies to everything, including very practical, sort of mundane things like money and career and jobs and cars and clothes and all that stuff. So if you can align with the divine design of for your money, then your money is effortless and wonderful. And so you can work that solar light energy so that your every part of your life is aligning, but especially reorganizing your financial life according to this reading. So you may want to check out that solar light challenge that I've got going on right now. Just go to my blog, arielscorner.com, and click on the blog page. Okay, now this fours are Jupiter, so Jupiters want to expand our good. But Jupiters only expand our good once we get things in order ourselves. So there's 2 kinds of order here. There's the solar light, which reorders things for us that we can't order for ourselves because it knows what the divine design is. So it can put things in order in ways that we wouldn't understand. But the fours are Jupiter, and they want us to get things in order that we do understand, because the more orderly our life is, the easier it is for Jupiter to expand on that order, so to give us more and more and more. So the way that it wants us to order ourselves, it has to do with conflict. And that means you can have order in your life by withdrawing from conflict, by disengaging with conflict. That creates order. That's like cleaning up messes and putting things away. So that's putting things away in the right place in your relationship. And so, because if you're at this point, and this isn't always the case. I mean, sometimes you need to get in there and, fight. Sometimes that's just appropriate, but it's not appropriate now. And so if you can get yourself to disengage when you are tempted to get hooked into any kind of conflict, either internal or external, what you're doing is you're cleaning up the little messes or the big messes in your own mind. And when you do that, then Jupiter has the infrastructure in place to expand on your good. And it looks like that expansion is going to be happening not only mentally, but financially. So this is beautiful. Then you get help on the spiritual level, on the internal and emotional levels, maybe even, on the romantic level, if that's something that's up for you, because you've got this Knight of Cups. So if you get your sort of ducks in a row here by calling on that solar light to put things in order in ways that you can't, to use your mind to put things in order in the way that you can, specifically by disengaging with conflict, then you are in a place where you can easily and effortlessly welcome the help that's ready to come into your life. And that help can't make it in if there's no path. It's like if you don't have these things in place, these orderly things in place, there's no place to get in. You've blocked. It's like you've got that in Snow White where she had the evil queen had the not Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, where all around her castle she had put Snow White sleeping in her castle. She'd put all those brambles around the castle so nobody could get in. That's what it's like if you're not in order, if your thoughts are not in order, and if you're not working on the levels that we just talked about to get both divine order and your personal order. There's no place for this shining knight to come in and help you. And the way that this shining light comes in and helps you when everything's in order is by giving you intuition, giving you intuitive impulses and inspiration, and helps you in whatever way you need help in your internal world. So like I said, that can be spiritual practice, that can be emotional healing, that can be intuitive, psychic development, and it can also be romance and relationships. So there's all kinds of wonderful things that are waiting to transpire, but your job first is to, like I said, get your ducks in a row. And you do that by making sure that you are disengaging with conflict for now, just for today. And also just for today, maybe working with that solar light to get the divine order that you're not capable of establishing on your own. Nobody is. It's like you can't make the sunshine. You can't create sunlight. You're not supposed to. That's not your job. Well, it's not your job to get the divine design of your life in order, because that's something that's done by by the power that creates you. I don't want to read without a full deck, so I got to get that card that I just dropped. He's not reading with the full deck today. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Let's see here. We're going to open these beauties up and see what else is going on with you gorgeous people. We've got the Fool. Don't you love a good Fool? We've got a 3 of Swords. Okay, well, there's a lot to disengage from for many of you. Oh my, yeah. You're going to need this help. You're going to need this help because there's only so much that you can do on your own. And it's encouraging you to stay innocent. It's encouraging you to stay innocent because right now many of you are dealing with loss and pain and grieving. And when you're and some of you are dealing with it on a really small level, and some of you it's just so big that you don't know what to do. Right? So I'm sorry that anybody's going through that. It's awful. And so it's going to be like a full-time job for you today to disengage from that, to just say, no, I'm not thinking about that right now. I'm not thinking about that right now. Sometimes that's not healthy. Sometimes you really need to just wallow Sometimes you really need to wallow in your grief. Today is not the day for that. Today is the day to disengage from it, to remove yourself from that. Because if you don't, there's a cruelty factor that comes into play that that you don't want to be involved in. And I don't necessarily think that this cruelty is always coming from external sources. It could be for some of you, but I think a lot of this cruelty is what your ego mind does with your grief to you. And if you can disengage from that, then you have, like I said, a point of entry for that Jupiter power to come in. And Jupiter is more than just expansion too, and wealth. Jupiter is mercy on the tree of life. It's the sphere of mercy. And the sphere of mercy is capable of healing any wound, no matter what, no matter if it's grief, loss, cruelty, violence, any of those things. That mercy can not only heal it, but can protect you from it. But you got to do your part. So today is the day to stay disengaged and do your best to just remain in your innocence, walking in your innocence. It's hard to be, okay, this is the difference. The innocence of a child just loves everybody, thinks everything is so pretty and so wonderful. They do that because they're innocent, and they're innocent because they don't know any better. They don't know any better. They just assume everything is wonderful and the world is their oyster, right? Now, an adult that finds that innocent, that does know better, that's the fool in a good way. And people, will hear that that's the fool, and they'll think that that means it's foolish to be that way. No, you want to be the fool. You want to reclaim your innocence, and you want to walk the path of innocence even though your ego tells you how stupid you are. Even though you think you should know better based on how, evil this world can be, and how cruel this world can be, and how mean people can be, and how mean we can be to ourselves. There's a meditation that I recorded based on the Fool card that may be something that you want to do, and it's called A Journey of Innocence. You may want to take a listen to that, because it's going to really help you. Because if you can have today be a journey of innocence, all through, walking through the valley of the shadow of death, all through the day, you're going to notice that none of that touches you. None of that touches you. You are safe. You are protected because you have remembered to disengage from it and to stay on the path of innocence and let yourself be helped. Let yourself be guided and not be hooked by the cruelty of this world. Not be hooked by it at all. Not to even have an opinion about it. Just for today. And that also you can be lifted above all of these things. And not only are you not going to be affected by it and not harmed by it, but you're going to prosper through it. You're going to prosper through it. Today's going to be a better day than yesterday because of the fact that you did all of that. Right? So the Six of Coins is no joke. It's not kidding. So listening to that solar light meditation can help, or doing it on your own, or doing that 14-day solar light challenge as I described in my blog. That's a really smart idea. It's a really smart idea because that can really shake things out for you. And then your only job is to say, I'm not going to get hooked into fighting. I'm not going to get hooked into opinions about the world. I'm not going to let myself go around and around and around about my grief and about the cruelties and about this and that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stay in my innocence. I'm going to walk in innocence. I'm going to look at all of those things as I see them, but I'm not going to indulge in them. And that's going to allow you, when you do that, at that point of entry for all of this help and assistance to come into your life, because that's cutting away all those brambles around your castle so that this night can come in and help you. And that's your birthright to have that help. And it's your birthright to be prosperous and innocent. All of this other stuff, all of these other things, it's just your job to disengage from them today. You're going to do great. It's going to be a great day. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I so appreciate you. Thank you so very much for the moderators, Jennifer and Dre. We'll see everybody tomorrow for another reading. Blessed be.